Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Layman Gaming Show! How are we? Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining today. Love you, appreciate you. Now, I'm going to be doing this on multiple platforms. Let's make sure everyone is receiving this. YouTube, are you on YouTube? Yes, we are. Hopefully we are. We're on Twitch, we're on Kick, we're on Facebook for all the boomers. Why not? Good to see you all. How's everyone going today? Chicken from Twitch, thank you so much. Love you, appreciate you. Hey, Ryan, good to see you guys. Man, E3, huh? E3. Now, there's some more news that dropped over the weekend. Aiden, good to see you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Now, there's a new, well, not new, but like it's a couple of days old now, right? E3 was cancelled. Very, very sad. And on top of that, we also saw some other stuff too, in terms of the ESA boss, the E3 boss coming out, starting the blame game. So firstly, how's everyone going today? Everyone going good? I can't hear you. All right, that's getting old, isn't it? But I hope everyone's going good. Let's get to the drop and then let's get to the news. It's good to see so many people from so many platforms watching. All right. So, E3, man, it was end of an era. It's great. We love it. But it seems to not be here anymore, sadly. All right? So, let's get right into it, right? It's a real shame that this isn't here anymore. Everyone absolutely loved going to E3 if you were able to, or at least get to watch it, right? As we saw last week, it was sadly cancelled after Ubisoft pulled out, Sega pulled out, Tencent pulled out, Microsoft wasn't there, Nintendo wasn't there, a host of other companies weren't there also. And on top of that, Devolver Digital also came out and said, you know what, we're not going to do our car park thing, we're not going to be there, we're going to be at the Summer Games Fest. So Summer Games Fest seems to be the E3 now. I think Summer Games Fest is going to be the E3. The drop. How good's the drop, Sat? I love the drop. Absolutely. I'm going to be playing yet again from all the previous streams. Love this video. History of E3. I love it. Plays in the background. It's fantastic. But ESA head blames E3 cancellation on wider industry challenges. He talks about a few things, ultimately saying, hey, it's not us. Wait, oh my god, that keeps happening. It's not us. We love our gamers. We're fair. ESA is definitely not lobbying for the interests of the companies instead of the gamers. I thought everyone loved us. What the hell? Why doesn't everyone love ESA? I don't understand. Dear. So they came out and said, well, the head of ESA, Pierre Louis, I think I'm saying that right. First, he said, several companies have reported that the timeline for game development has been altered since the start of COVID pandemic. Second, economic headwinds have caused several companies to reassess how they invest in large marketing events. And third, companies are starting to experiment with how to find the right balance between in-person events and digital marketing opportunities. Now, I do agree with him, right? So he is saying, like, not us guys, it's everything else. I mean, we couldn't do anything. But I do understand to an extent what he's saying. The landscape for marketing a game has changed fundamentally. Not only companies, not only do they want to try and minimize costs, but they want to maximize reach. E3 used to do that, but now not so much now. A lot of these companies now are allowed to control the narrative, do a pre-recorded show that costs less, and they're ultimately able to get the message out there and control what people are going to think. Because there was a lot of cringe at E3, a lot of live kind of presentations, and a lot of like nervous devs that would be like, we want to show you our game today. How's everyone feeling? You know, like that would happen a lot where they would just be petrified on stage. But that was part of the cuteness of E3. That was part of all the greatness of E3. ESA, but we fixed the loot boxes for you. Exactly. ESA was a big proponent for backing big companies and big publishers, and ultimately did not help with monetization when it comes to fighting the good fight. So ESA is definitely not someone that everyone absolutely loves. But funnily enough, also, the ESA 22 organizer says the big game companies were enthusiastic at first. So it sounds like at the beginning, everyone was really keen. A lot of big game publishers, apparently at least 3 big ones, were like, yes, we're coming back to E3 2023. We love the idea and we want to make it even bigger. So they were saying ultimately, Christopher Ding, which according is the site's head of gaming for industry.biz, said that the industry didn't want E3. But before that, companies were talking about taking up huge spaces, Dring wrote. The E3 team was looking at how we could expand into car park and use the extra areas that hadn't been used before, right? So at the beginning, it sounded like they were pretty keen. Everyone was like, yeah, cool. You know what? We love E3. These big publishers weren't really named here, but we can kind of guess which some of them may have been. We're like, we love E3. Yes, let's do this again. We're on board. Hence why E3 was all steam ahead. For a little bit at least. And then after a while, Sony, Ubisoft, Microsoft, and Nintendo gave reasons for pulling out, like our games aren't ready, we don't have code. We don't have code. I mean, that sounds something like a YouTuber says when they can't review. We can't be seen to be extravagant in this economy, and the timing just isn't right. Okay. Everything else is like, timing, like they're pretty crappy answers, right? But one thing that they do say in this article, which the article also agrees with, I agree with, is one reason does sound pretty good for Microsoft, right? So they did recently, they let go in Jan of 10,000 employees, which actually equals about 5,000 or so. 10,000 employees, which equals about 5% of their total workforce. They let go of that many people, and then what? They're going to put a gigantic show at E3. Of course, the headlines are going to be like, well, hang on, you could have saved all these jobs. What the hell are you doing? So in terms of that, Microsoft, they get a pass there. For that particular reasoning, they get a pass there. But they are putting their show on anyway in terms of the Microsoft Theater, so they're still doing that. But maybe in terms of E3 with a huge show floor and dishing out money to an external party, an external company, they didn't want to be seen to be doing that. So maybe they just want to minimize it by just doing the Microsoft Theater and not having some giant show floor with, you know, heaps of gadgets and stuff for people to look at. So that's definitely a shame, but E3's done, and the blame game has begun. It wasn't us, guys. It was other things, okay? It wasn't us. It was other things. And, of course, there's been a lot of articles now covering this, and one that felt like a bit Clean Prince Gaming was E3 wasn't cancelled. It was killed. I love that. I love that. Damn, I should have used that as a YouTube thumb. That would have been fantastic. Absolutely. The best part of E3 was the upgraded trailers. I think so too. Look, E3 definitely had, you know, those, you'd see the original trailers and then you'd see later on, like Watch Dogs. Remember that? When Watch Dogs came out with this amazing trailer and later on it was actually fundamentally different. More money in $50 games that can be make tens of millions. It's all about the gimmick at the low end. E3 definitely felt a bit gimmicky at times, but it was absolutely still fun to watch. Yeah, so in terms of E3, sad. I knew the blame game would begin in some capacity. The ESA is a huge organization. They were going to always try and say, look, it's something else. It's not us. It's something else that's fundamentally changed our ability to run E3. But I don't think E3 is coming back, right? As this beautiful article says, E3 wasn't cancelled. It was killed. And it ultimately goes on to say what we've spoken about in the last couple of episodes, where the digital power of getting game information across to an audience, controlling the narrative. And over the last decade, we've seen Nintendo, we've seen EA, and we've seen Sony ultimately dip out of E3, at least having a place within that. You know, with all their digital showcases with Nintendo Direct and Ubisoft now doing Ubisoft Forward. Sony didn't want to show up for 2 years, you know, and EA doing their own thing off campus. So in that regard, it was just only a matter of time, in my opinion. Too bad about E3. Would have been nice for it to come back. I agree. I'm in that camp. Some people are like, I hate ESA. I'm just happy it's done. I'm more in the camp of it was fun. It was great. It brought creators together. For me, I met a lot of wonderful creators. I met Yong Ye there for the first time. That was great fun. We just got to see cool people and also the energy, and we got to meet people that like the show. We like to meet devs. It was just awesome to see not only new games, but just friendly faces and people in the community that love gaming. That was great. But the Summer Games Fest, I think, is going to be the new E3. And I think we all know that, right? Absolutely. I'm going to miss my guy, Jesse Wellens, having a monitor stroke on stage. I actually shared that on Saturday. That was very painful to watch. The poor guy, he definitely had a bit of a problem on stage. Absolutely. The cringe was the best part of E3. Absolutely. Speaking of cringe, If only the ending looked like this, right?
Swear to me that everything you said about the Fireflies is true.
I swear.
Oh my god. The memes continue to pour through. The memes continue to pour through. Naughty Dog has come out though. In light of the memes, they've come out and said, guys, The Last of Us Part 3 PC players, we know some of you are not experiencing the Naughty Dog quality you expected. Apparently, some of you not experiencing the Naughty Dog quality. You know, we're here for you. We're listening. We didn't have months of testing. We didn't have months to prepare. We didn't have months to figure out these bugs. We had no idea that the quality was going to be so bad for this game. We just had no idea. We're the victims here. We're the victims of going from PlayStation to PC, clearly. Our team is working hard to resolve issues currently preventing some of you from experiencing the game to ensure it reaches the quality level you expect and deserve. The quality level, like this.
North Tunnel and wait for me there. Just Cargo, Joel.
I didn't know that Ellie could breakdance, but you know what? I like it. I think it's pretty cool. If anything, it's actually adding to the game now. Breakdancing is what Last of Us needed. It was in desperate need of a refresh, and what we really needed was Ellie to be breakdancing. Absolutely. What else? Last of Us Part 1 PC. That is a harsh review score. 60 on many in terms of the review score too. That's pretty bad. I don't think a lot of people were expecting that. But 1.8 on the user score. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's look at some of the memes. Look at this thing. Oh my god. You know when people like walk out of the house and they forget to wear pants? He forgot to wear his face. Great joke, I know, but you know what? We're keeping it. His daughter's like, no, don't get away from me. I'm gonna get killed, please. For the love of God, just stay with me. Clearly, you know, Joel is from the heavens, and he's just returning to the heavens before game 2. This looks like Cyberpunk. This legit looks like Cyberpunk. It's like Joel Silverhand. It's just incredible. What in the world? Oh, the T-pose, but it's the floating T-pose. They're like, no, let's get this better. Let's recreate this. Let's make it new and improved. We present to you the floating T-pose. And the sweat, and we've seen the sweatiness, where everyone's just sweating profusely or wet profusely. It's because Joel's in the room, let's be honest here. He's a sexy daddy. Oh, even he's sweating. He's like, God, I know I'm sexy. I'm just absolute daddy. Oh, geez, she can't handle it. She's not, Joel, I need to get out of the room. I'm sorry, I can't talk to you anymore. You're just too sexy. I cannot do it. I cannot do it. This one is just like, no, Solid Snake. We can't show you that we really want him to be the next Solid Snake. We just have to like glitch it in, but that's the goal. Last of Us Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. I'd love to see in an alternative universe, Joel. Oh my god, look at this one. Okay, look at this one. What in the world is this? Ellie, you're not my daughter. Oh my god, she's not Ellie either. She's just like, he doesn't know that she's been bitten. She wasn't actually immune. She's just playing along. No, Joel, look. I am not a zombie, I promise. I promise you. Just let me sit like this on the horse. It's normal. You don't know what it's like for us young kids. This is how we like to sit on horses. Oh my god. That is mad, isn't it? That sweat is very white. I'm not going there. All that drip. What the hell is this? What is this? The sweat and the wetness looks pretty good. I agree. Slender Man. It is a bit Slender Man, actually. It's a bit creepy. It's like, when they were talking about this game being scary, I didn't realize the bugs were the scariest bit about this. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is great.
Turn the knob. Turn the knob. It's not a push or pull. You gotta turn the knob.
Oh god. And Joel, they brought back blackface again. Oh my god, there's so many photos I've seen now where Joel is just constantly in blackface. what I think's happening here, right, is they're actually, so Neil Druckmann, he's looking to do new IP. I think what he's looking to do here is just slip in a bit of blackface. He's trying to recruit the big stars that did blackface back in the day. Jimmy Fallon, Trudeau, and of course, Robbie Downey Jr. That's what he wants. He's like, look, we can't ask you to be part of the next project. We just want to show you that you can do what you did in the past. Okay, you can do what you did in the past. Looking forward to Donkey making a video on The Last of Us. Oh my god, he has to do a PC port review. Absolutely. Absolutely, I'm very excited for that too. Donkey, we love Donkey. Whatever Donkey does, we know it's good. Absolutely. How's the stream? It's streaming across multiple platforms. Let me know if it's nice, if it's bad. If it's bad. Joel for Canadian Prime Minister. I'm down for that. Okay? He's already halfway there. He just needs to wait 15 years or so and then come back and be like, guys, I'm sorry. I just wasn't thinking. I just thought it was okay at the time. That's what he needs to do. It's all Unreal Engine's fault, I'm sure. It's not Naughty Dog's. They would have had no idea. They wouldn't have had months up their sleeve to try and fix this. There's no way in hell. 1 out of 10 layer of shading is missing. Absolutely. Alley Cat is back. Scott, good to see you, my friend. Now, IGN has posted that record profits for 2022 for Cyberpunk 2077. The thing about Cyberpunk is, when I reviewed it, I thought it was great. It is a good game. It was buggy as hell, but as I said in my review, I ultimately think it's a fantastic game that was plagued by bugs, and if the bugs weren't there, it would have been an absolute masterpiece. It wouldn't have been game of the generation where some people were expecting it to be, but it was a game that I think fundamentally was very daring and courageous. It was trying a lot of things, and it was really trying to implement them in the best possible way, but it did fumble it. But seems like 2077 turnaround just gave CD Projekt Red its second best revenue year ever. As it says here, per CD Projekt Red's annual earnings report, Cyberpunk 2077 revenue were up 18% year over year in 2022, with 94% of the units sold being digital. That's pretty unusual in video games, which typically release to an enormous unit sale and then see a steady but consistent drop over time. That's true. That's what usually happens. A game comes out, like, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto 5, and then just seemingly just drips off, right? Doesn't do any better, doesn't break any more records. No, but that's an anomaly. But it's good to see this. I think this game is now in a position where it should be. A lot of people are saying that it's back. A lot of people saying it's great. It's the greatest deal ever. I would say definitely play it now. And I'm glad to see this. But it's also because there's been some recent successes with Cyberpunk in terms of their integration into other types of media. Edge Runners was a huge anime on Netflix. It did really well. And The Witcher also did really well. That's CD Projekt Red. So maybe some people saw Cyberpunk 20... The Witcher was CD Projekt Red. They wanted to explore other games, and they saw that Cyberpunk 2077 was also there. That's a possibility. But the Edge Runners are huge success on Netflix. I think that's what primarily carried it forward, and all these huge sales and huge revenues going up 18% year over year. It's probably because of that. I think it's present state. Cyberpunk 2077 is an 8 out of 10 game. A lot of people were hoping for a more accurate sandbox RPG experience, though. I liked what they did, right? I liked what they did, but I know what you mean. Some people surely are just never going to forgive what they did, and secondly, because the hype was so big, they're never going to fully accept what this game ended up being. But I like it. Edge Runners was what saved it. I mean, I agree. Absolutely. I agree. Now, Horizon Forbidden West DLC is a PS5 exclusive because clouds, apparently. So, okay, so this ultimately... I didn't play Horizon Forbidden West. I played Horizon Forbidden Dawn. I didn't play a lot of it, to be honest. All right, casual gamer alert. Didn't play a lot of it. I might jump back in the future, but probably not, right? At the end of the Horizon Forbidden West, though, you do get a mount, and you get to explore somewhat of like the aerial shots and a little bit of the clouds. But what they've come out and said is in the new DLC, You're going to be interacting so much more with the clouds and so much more with the weather and whatever, right? And they're saying that the experience and the creative experience that they want to be delivering in the DLC is just not going to be powerful enough for PlayStation 4 and earlier consoles. So they said, we just can't do it. We just can't do it. So much of the DLC is obviously going to be in landscapes and environments that we haven't seen. And it's going to be in times, in areas where the power is needed for next gen. Or next gen. So I think it's begun now. We're starting to see more and more games step away from PlayStation 4. And this is something that we were always going to see. We're 2 years into this console generation now, or nearly 2 years, right? Actually, no, we are. We're above 2 years, right? And it was only a matter of time before these games had to step away from older consoles and really be able to like spread their wings, no pun intended, and actually deliver something that people, that the people, you know, I saw two camps. There's the two camps. There's the I bought a machine for $500 or $600. I want to see what this machine truly can do. And then there's the other side where people are like, hang on a second, I have a PlayStation 4. I couldn't buy a PlayStation 5 because it was sold out all the time, or I don't have the cash and I still want to play these games. There was that camp war thing. Well, it's all in the past now, all right? The new console generation won. The people that wanted the new graphics, they finally won only 2 years later. Dear. But, some people are going to be, a lot of people are going to be excited for this. I haven't really played it, right? So I'm just super excited for it. I just cannot wait. Cannot wait. Oh, dear. The clouds that broke the camel's back. I like that. Actually. Very nice. I like that. Exactly. Plus, it's been patched by then. We're talking about Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk has been patched by then. It took about 400 patches, but Cyberpunk became playable. And that's a perfect example also with, would it have been best for Cyberpunk to just be on new consoles? Well, I think maybe, like it's so buggy and the performance was so bad and the previous consoles were the ones that were suffering the most. They were the ones that were suffering the most from this game, What else? Diablo 4. Okay, this came out a few days ago, right? In case you missed it. Xbox. So this. Okay, look at this thing, right? This is apparently going to be the official Xbox Series X bundle with Diablo 4. I'm not seeing... So this is just a bundle, right? I mean, it doesn't look like there's any art on this. Unless I can't see it. I mean, that just looks like clouds or something, or like a little bit of like vapor. This is just a bundle. You just get Diablo with the Xbox. And if you're going to do this, aren't you going to like make it look a bit cooler? And I actually covered this a few days ago where there was a leak, and that leak ultimately showed that there were going to be some sort of Diablo bundle, and they quickly took it down, and then before you know it, here we are with Diablo Series X bundle, but doesn't really look like it's a very there's not a lot of effort into this. I'm just gonna be real here. I don't see a lot of effort here. I don't see a lot of effort at all. CD Projekt Red CEO says Polaris is Witcher 4. Company quickly takes it back. So, there was an earnings call, a Q&A that they were like doing with people that had questions about financial reports and also upcoming games. And funnily enough, CD Projekt Red did. Now, when I click, so they gave you a link, right? So ultimately, what this story says is the people speaking on behalf of CD Projekt Red, they're talking about Polaris, and then one of the speakers says at the end of it that Polaris is Witcher 4. He says here, but for the next project, we assume that it should smooth the production. That was one of the reasons behind the strategy that we want to release 3 big Witcher games within 6 years, starting from the release of Polaris, which is Witcher 4. And then another, so if you press on this link, there's a link here that takes you to the actual entire thing. And I pressed on it the other day and I heard him say The Witcher 4. I was looking through it last night, and because it was a live stream, I think that they've cut that out now because I couldn't find it. I could not find where he now mentions The Witcher 4, but I did hear it. I did hear him say it. And then after that, a CD Projekt Red representative, of course, was quick to say, I don't know, it's a slip of the tongue. Witcher 4? What is... Sorry, we don't know what Witcher 4 is. My bad. We've just done Witcher 1, 2, and 3, but we don't know what Witcher 4 is. My bad. But I'm excited for Witcher 4. Why not? I only finished Witcher to the Bloody Baron though. I didn't Witcher 3. I didn't actually finish the whole game. I really should go back and finish it. I think I played about, I don't know how many hours I played now, but I enjoyed it. I think I played 15 hours or something. Gears of War bundle was awesome. I'm all for bundles, right? Diablo bundle or like God of War bundle or whatever, right? But just like make it feel like there's a little bit of effort aesthetically into what I'm getting. Like if you're going to give me a bundle, don't just give me the game, because I could just go and buy the console and the game, right? Unless it's cheaper, which probably is, all right, to buy them together. But you also want to feel like you bought the Xbox Diablo, the Diablo Xbox, or the God of War PlayStation 5. Like that's what you want to feel, right? You want to feel like Iron Man. You want to feel like Diablo. You want to feel like EA. You want to feel evil. I really hope they don't mess up Witcher 4. Well, I want to show you this in a second, actually. Wait. I hope they don't mess up Witcher 4. Who knows? But it's kind of like the IP for them. I think Cyberpunk 2077 was really bad for them. I think that if they went back now and actually destroyed EA, if they went back and destroyed Witcher, that would be very bad for them. Fundamentally bad for them. Absolutely. More AI. I love doing AI art. Now look at this thing. AI art is great. We do love AI. It's a shark wedding, okay? And quickly also, Alex, thank you so much for the $5. Freedom dollars, I appreciate that. When a PC game company has record profits, expect layoffs. That is so true. I mean, that is so true. Every time we see record profits from Activision or EA, Microsoft, they're like, by the way, guys, huge record profits. We're going to let all of you go. We're going to let 10,000 of you go from Microsoft. We're going to let 800 of you go from EA, 800 from Activision, and many more. Crazy. Oh, super chat. Thank you so much. 19 US, 19 freedom dollars. Miss you, brother. Vegemite, Cane Toads, $1 dues. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. So, Shark Wedding, man. I love this AI stuff. This AI stuff's great. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, wouldn't you want some sort of, you know, some sort of wedding like this? A bit dangerous, but you would want to go there. This is just standard. This is normal. But the shark is actually buried into the sand. The shark is buried into the sand. Poor shark. There we go. He's a cameraman. He's a cameraman. I like that. He's actually part of the day. He's not just wanting to be menacing. He wants to be there to make sure that you have a great time and all the moments are captured, right? This seems safe. This seems really safe. I think this is great. Really safe. Very excited to see more AI art. I think AI art should be a segment now where I just try and find the weirdest stuff possible and then bring it in. Okay, what else is happening in the world of games? The response from Lionsgate. Okay, this is a small thing, really. When they were talking about... Okay, firstly, have you seen Witcher 4? Have you seen John Wick 4? What do you guys think? Thought it was great? Nearly 3 hours, though. I was pretty tired of just seeing massacres and genocides by the end of it. But I enjoyed it. But when they originally spoke to Lionsgate, they were talking about putting it to bed. And Lionsgate was like, what are you fucking thinking? It's 4 of them now. Keanu Reeves in his 50s. I mean, how many can they do of this? I thought he looked... Look, he did most of his stunts. Like, he did pretty well. But I was like, this feels like this should be the last one. And it apparently is the last one. Now they're officially back in talks, saying, you know what? We said it was the last one, but maybe we're coming back because there's so much money. We want fan service, aka we want to make more money off this because so many people are just flocking to see this movie. Awesome movie. He got hit with cars a bit too much. I agree with that, Corman. He got hit with a lot. Okay, no spoilers. I don't give any spoilers. I mean, it's common knowledge that they said that this was going to be the last one. Common knowledge. So that's not spoilers. But he got hit with so many cars, too many cars. It just didn't stop. It just didn't stop. Absolutely. I enjoy it though. Go and see it. I would agree to go and see it. Naughty Dog is working on a new IP. Well, okay, so they came out recently and said, you know what, guys, we heard that you want Last of Us Part 3. We heard that. We're working on some really exciting IP. We'll share it with you soon, but you're going to love it. So they didn't tell us if it was Last of Us Part 3, and they didn't tell us it was new IP. They just like left it out there. It's almost like they wanted a media frenzy, a Twitter frenzy, Like, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Thing is, right, with The Last of Us HBO show going so well, this is a good time for them to try and, it's not that they need any help from HBO, but to jump and springboard off that success of HBO and bring out some sort of a Last of Us IP, I think would serve them quite well. And everyone loved Last of Us Part 2. We want more of that, don't we? A lot of people do. A lot of people do want that. Dear. Next movie is a spin-off called Ballerina about... Yes, I saw that. Is that confirmed though, Corman? I don't know if that's actually confirmed yet. I really want to see what they do with a modern Jak and Daxter. I used to love Jak and Daxter. Jak and Daxter was lit. I didn't like how modernized they went with it. It started out almost like Banjo-Kazooie. And then it went on to like... It felt a bit more like adult and dark and stuff. And sometimes I like that. A lot of the times I like that, actually. But with this, I didn't really love what they did with Jak and Daxter, to be honest. Crash Racing full VR. They should do a Crash Bandicoot Racing full VR. Is that what you mean? That would be great. Final Fantasy 16 has officially gone gold. Now, I'm excited to play this. I haven't played a Final Fantasy since like Final Fantasy 10. To be honest, I loved Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, and 10. That was, for me, their heyday. I know that's a bit controversial, but I don't like their online thing. I've tried it once, but I didn't really jump into it. All the Final Fantasy people that are going to jump in and go, how dare you, the Final Fantasy 14 online. Okay, what do I know? All I'm saying is that's what I used to like, the previous ones. I played a little bit of Final Fantasy 13, but ultimately I haven't really jumped in at all to Final Fantasy. So I'm excited to jump back in and see what they do with this one. But I know that it's fundamentally different to what I used to experience with Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, 10. And I also played the remake. Love the remake too. So I don't know if you guys seen this. This came out a few days ago. Let's actually watch some of the trailer. I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful. Oh, that looks a bit like Oscilius. I mean, it looks cool. I'm excited for it. It looks absolutely beautiful. Final Fantasy always looks stunning in terms of what they do, the architecture of it. It's always like a brighter Dark Souls. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just... This feels like something out of Dark Souls, but brighter. They just do it. They just do it so well. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, so I'm weird. FF9 was my favorite, but 10 was special, Satnav says. See, the thing about FF9 for me is I felt like it was the weaker out of the ones that I played. I liked Final Fantasy 10, but Final Fantasy 8 for me was the first one that I ever played. Absolutely loved it, and that was the thing that actually got me really excited for, let's loop this. We got a loop. That was the one that really got me excited for future titles. And then I went back and played Final Fantasy 7. Now, Final Fantasy 7, as you know, feels a bit janky. It does feel a bit janky. And the bodies just look so weird, right? Final Fantasy 7 bodies, they're a meme, but they're important. They still look great. I'm excited for the Final Fantasy, but keeping the same weapons is kind of boring. You mean in this one? I wouldn't know. 8 is the GOAT. Absolutely, man. I love the GOAT. 8, I love the GOAT. I love goats. That's what I'm trying to say here. 8 is the GOAT for me. Final Fantasy 7, though, like, that's also amazing. But I feel like you got to play FF8 first to get into it, then experience Final Fantasy 7. Like, if you do it the other way around, it's hard to kind of digest Final Fantasy 7 almost. You know, like, you really need to understand what you're getting to understand the brilliance of Final Fantasy 7. What else? What else is going on? The Witcher remake. Codename Canis Majoris. Now, this better not be an April Fool's. Oh, this is an April Fool's. Fuck, I got done. Damn it. Live, baby. Yeah, okay, this is April Fool's. I didn't check the date. Okay, unless this isn't April Fool's. Because some people in different time zones. This looks like this might be you know what? This is the segment now we go into April Fools. The McFry, man. This is what we need. Everyone loves doing this shit, right? So I thought, you know what? I was checking Reddit, I was checking Twitter, and I was looking for as many things as possible that were cool and funny from April Fools. I didn't find as much as I thought. It was a pretty weak showing for April Fools, I thought. Yeah, so this is what people do anyway. Are you, comment section, please help me out here. Are you the type that puts a few chips in your cheeseburger? I love a good chip in the cheeseburger. I'm more of a McChicken man. I've always been a McChicken man. That's kind of what I like. But I would say that, you know, if only this was real, this would be great. What else? That would be great. I would love this. I mean, April Fool's mode, so I think you can actually play it. Definitely worth it then if you're still playing Among Us, but I think they ruined Among Us, right? You can't actually talk in Among Us anymore. Is that right? Jamie, pull that up. Let me know if that's true. Oh, onion rings on my burger, bro. Onion rings from Hungry Jack's or Burger King is the shit. Rockstar Games officially releasing GTA 4 Definitive Edition. Now, I originally thought this was real too, but not until I realized a few months ago, back in 2022, they actually pulled this. This was like something that was apparently maybe in the works, but no, it's not. And I first put this into the segment. When I first saw this, I was like, oh, cool, this is bad. This should be in the show. Didn't realize it was the April Fool's. Nearly did it. See what I did before The Witcher? That's what I nearly did with the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition. Silly me, silly Sam. Silly Sam. Homestyle Burger is where it's at. We don't have the Homestyle Burger in Australia. It's a shame. We don't have that. I would love to see. I mean, I've been in a few countries in the world, right? I haven't tried a few burgers in the world. I've tried Macca's in. We call it Macca's. You call it Mickey D's or whatever. I've tried McDonald's in the States, China, France, Germany, where else? Other places. Tokyo. Oh my god, Tokyo McDonald's is the shit. They do a McChicken burger, but it's like a McKatsu or whatever. It's absolutely incredible. I had about 20 burgers when I was there. I'm not even kidding. Every day I would have McDonald's. Every day. Loved it. Loved it. They do sushi burritos at McDonald's in Japan? No way. Holy crap. It's official, guys. On the 1st of April, it's official. Kick has Barack Obama. Let me be clear. I am on Kick. Please, check me out. If only. He has been surpassed recently also from Elon Musk being the most viewed person, the most followed person on Twitter. That sounds good. I was gonna say I would absolutely try the sushi burrito from McDonald's. I didn't try it when I was there. I was too busy just eating the McKatsu because the McKatsu was so good. I just loved it so much. So that's fun. What else is going on in April Fools? Destiny coming to mobile. Destiny coming to mobile. I think if this, as the comment says here, if this wasn't April Fool's, I wouldn't be so surprised. We're seeing COD Mobile. We've seen Wild Rift. Wild Rift, is that what it's called? Summoner's Rift or whatever. No. What's the one called on mobile for League of Legends? That one. Seeing a lot of companies do this. Mobile Destiny could be kind of cool. Just throwing it out there. As long as it's not Destiny Immortal. As long as they don't absolutely botch the franchise. Some people, when they're chilling on the bus, they wouldn't mind playing a bit of Destiny. Just saying. They wouldn't mind playing a bit of Destiny. I love fried eggs on the burger. That is good. That is god topping. I actually used to do that. I don't do that much anymore. Overwatch is doing their same thing where they put googly eyes on, and they change the alt sounds, but they only change the alt sounds for 1 day. Definitely worth checking out. It's 2 minutes long, and this is really fan service for Overwatch. I mean, there's only a few people in the stream that would be playing Overwatch, so I won't show you what all the alt sounds like, but it is different from the original alts. But they started the googly eyes thing years ago. They've been doing this, and they thought, you know what? What's the minimum amount of effort we can put in for April Fools? Put some googly eyes on it. But I will say the alt voices, changing each one, would have taken some effort, and I did like it. I did like it indeed. Yeah, League on mobile is called Wild Rift. Yeah, I play that ever so often too. I thought that was really good. Legit. I thought it was actually very, very good. People ask, so we're skipping Diablo 5 and 6. We're preparing for Diablo 7. This is Diablo's idea of an April Fool's joke. They had such an opportunity here. They should have said, guys, it's April Fool's. Diablo Immortal. It was just a joke. That's what they should have done. And they didn't do it. They didn't do it. Such a shame. If only they did that. Apex Legends is also on mobile too. What's that like? I've actually never downloaded that. Now this is quite funny.
Great news, Nintendo fans! The Super Mario Bros. Movie has arrived. The all-star voice actors from the feature film are coming to all your favorite Nintendo games through Nintendo Switch Online. Soon you'll be able to play your favorite Mario games with brand new voices from the hit film. Let's have a look.
It looks so real.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
That's what people
There's never
want.
been a better Mario.
Oh my god! Where am I? Stick with the flashlight while we got it.
Anya Taylor-Joy was thrilled to return as Princess Peach.
So not chill. I'm particularly glad that you're not dead. Winning.
And is that Donkey Kong or Seth Rogen? You can barely tell the difference. You've never heard Toad like this before, thanks to these all-new lines recorded by Keegan-Michael Key.
You done messed up, Aaron! Now take your ass on down to Oshag Hennessy's office right now and tell him exactly what you did.
That's great. I think that looks great. I mean, that was a lot of effort that IGN put in. I think it's IGN that did that. Great fun, and yeah. What else? I mean, there's a few other ones here. Not huge mentions. Oh, there's Ozzy Osbourne. Let's have a look at this one.
Ozzy, are you going to help me pack these boxes or what? We've got a flight to England.
Hang on, Sharon, I want to play with my PlayStation VR too.
Oh, Sharon, I'm play some PlayStation, rock and roll. What the hell is this thing on my face? Oh my god. He doesn't need to act. There's no lines for him. They can't tell him to say anything. They just have to let the camera roll, and he just says some shit. They're like, here, put this on. He's like, oh, yeah, it feels like I'm doing drugs again. Oh my god, this feels like LSD.
Is that a friendly dinosaur? Oh my god, what the is that? Ah! Oh no! Dad!
Now, I mean, that's April Fool's, I think. It landed on April Fool's, but I think that's actually just an ad. Now, EB Games Australia, for people that don't know, EB Games, they always have sale everywhere, all over their shops. They've actually brought out sale merch. That's a great April Fool's. I like that a lot. Now, there's some things that we thought were April Fool's, but they're not, sadly. Like, starting on April 15th, only verified accounts will be eligible for to be in For You. Elon Musk was taking away verified badges on April 1st, but I don't know if people's badges have been taken away. I'd actually love to know if people's badges have been taken away. I know some people haven't. Mark Hamill's badge was still there as of last night when I was still strolling on Twitter. Another thing is E3 being cancelled. Thought that was that would have been great. Just 1 day away or 2 days away. being on April Fools. It wasn't too far away from that. They could have just moved it into April Fools territory, but wasn't there. Sadly. Now to finish up, I'm surprised actually. Resident Evil 4 PC is getting absolutely bombed. Resident Evil 4 remake is getting bombed. Now I haven't seen people crying out saying this has been a terrible thing on PC. Am I missing something here? I think this has been fine, right? Hasn't this been fine? I mean, I played it on PS5. I played a little bit on Steam. I didn't see any issues whatsoever. I played about an hour or so on Steam, right? So I didn't get the full experience, but I played about 13 hours on PlayStation 5, right? So I didn't see any issues when I jumped onto PC, but some people obviously have had some problems there. There would need to be some insane games in PSVR to wow Ozzy Osbourne. There needs to be like some sort of bat game, a bat flying to you, and you just need to not bite it. Oh no, Sharon, they're trying to fucking get me to bite the bat again. Isn't that the worst accent I've ever done ever? We're sticking to it. Oh god. What else? Apparently Mario is going to be maybe the biggest gaming, going to be the biggest movie yet in 2023. And it's probably going to be the biggest movie game ever too, which is kind of cool. I'm excited to see how this goes. I'm seeing this on Wednesday night. I'm going to be doing a review on this on Thursday. Very excited to see what they actually do with this. But who knows, right? This could be good. This could be bad. I think this is going to be a very pivotal moment for Nintendo and gaming movies in general. If this is an absolute smash hit, we're going to see an avalanche of IP wanting to jump on the movie game thing, right? Let's see what it's like. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I will update you guys when I see it on Wednesday, Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We're doing a review. We're doing the review. And to finish up, Bella Ramsey is here to stay. Okay, I think I did this the other day. This is like an in case you missed it. She's here to stay for season 2. I loved Last of Us, HBO. Can't wait to see what they do with that. What else? Now, Neil Druckmann, this came out some time ago, actually. And it actually it was released again on the April Fools. Neil Druckmann doesn't care what the negative criticism is for people that didn't like The Last of Us. But here's the thing, right? Last of Us Part 2. Here's the thing. You've made so many creative freedoms in The Last of Us HBO Part 1 in terms of you did entire episodes that were outside the original story. Surely in Season 2, you can do some things that can try and please a little bit more of the fan base. Just throwing it out there, Neil. Okay? Not everyone's here to attack Last of Us Part 2. It was fine. Although he did attack it. No, but it was fine, right? Like I didn't mind the actual game. I didn't think it was a masterpiece. Now, some people really hated the game. But if people out there in a large community of the people that have played The Last of Us would like to see some small changes, I don't think we should throw that out the window. I think his pride's getting in the way there. That's what I think. Absolutely. Now, to finish off, look at this. This is great. Now, you probably guys have already seen this, but this guy is on a reality TV show, and he's actually saying to his date some Elden Ring boss names for the children. I love this.
So before we were talking about names.
For our kids?
Yeah.
I know.
What about Godfrey?
Ew.
Godric?
Ooh,
No.
it's amazing.
Like Zion or Gideon. I do like Gideon. I do like Gideon. I like
I love Gideon. I would call my son Gideon. That's mad. I'm sorry. I would.
really unique names.
Yeah, me too. Like,
come here, Gwyn. Dinner's ready. Come on, Gwyn. Come on.
You know what's a really unique one?
No.
Goliath. Have you ever heard that name before?
He's not getting a second date. Let's be honest here. He's not getting a second date. It's not happening. It's just not happening. But, guys, that's all today. Just wanted to do a little show, hang out with the fam. Lamont, I'm under the influence of sleeping pills right now. This is a risky comment. So my vision is a bit psychedelic. My phone has curves in it now. I hear you like you're standing in the room with me. I'm standing right next to you. What are you talking about? I'm right here with you, man. Nah, I shouldn't do that. You don't know how bad he'll trip. Nah, you're having a good trip, man. And you know what? I'm having a great time with me, and we're together, and everything's okay. All right. Everyone in the chat say everything's okay, so he will be okay. W Elden Ring bosses. I love that idea. All right. I love that. I love you, dog. I love you too, man. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate you as always. Love hanging out with you guys. Love giving you the daily dose of the Layman Daily News. Until next time, guys, I will see you guys very shortly. Love you, appreciate you. Thank you so much again for tuning in. And all the super chats today. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any more super chats. Oh, I did. Sorry. I did. Mr. K, $1.99. You're on Kick. What's Kick? No. Kick is like this new streaming platform. Giving it a go. I appreciate the $1.99 Freedom Dollars, man. Thank you so much. Music stream when? Should I do a little terrible singing stream? Do we want no one to watch it? Let's do it. Let's do it. I love you guys. Love you, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys very soon for news, reviews, and discussions. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, evening, morning, laters.